Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। Namaste once again, everyone.
Namaste, Guruji.
This now. So we were seeing the 102nd sloka. Dhanyoham kritakrityoham vimuktoham bhavagrahat nityananda swarupoham purnoham tvadanugrahat. So by listening to this Nirvana Dashakam, I could get the tune to chant this sloka. It's nice, nice tune. And actually for meditation, it is very, very soothing and very, very nice. In fact, you can just repeat this. Sit in meditation, 20 minutes. This is a 10-minute step. So 2 rounds you can actually meditate on with this. Very beautiful. I must thank Ramuji for that. In fact, no doubt about it. So in this sloka, the student who was a samsari has now become a jnani due to the grace of the Shastra and the Guru. And he is reintroducing himself to the Guru in terms of the new identity that he has discovered through self-knowledge. He says, Aham dhanya. Hey Guru, due to your grace, I am blessed. Aham kritakritya. I am the one who has accomplished all that is to be accomplished. Aham vimuktaha. I am released from the hold of samsara. Aham nitya ananda swarupaha. I am of the nature of eternal ananda, free from any lack. And aham purnaha. I have discovered that I am the whole, complete, fulfilled. I discover that I am the Ananda Swarupa. And of course, I reflect that Ananda in my own mind, making the mind very happy for getting this knowledge and this fulfillment. I am happiness embodiment. And my mind is extremely happy because of this knowledge. I am happy from the mind's standpoint, but I am happiness itself as Atma. So Nitya Ananda Swarupaha Aham. I am of the nature of eternal happiness. This is all new identity he has discovered due to self-knowledge. And then he says, Aham Purnaha. I no longer look at myself as an insignificant dot in the world. Because the more I explore the world, I feel smaller and smaller and smaller. And now I won't say I am a dot in the world. I will say All the worlds put together are a dot in me. And so nothing is away from me. Nothing is different from me. Nothing is distant from me. I include everything. Therefore, I am Purnaha. Purnam Brahma Aham. That is the new identity he has discovered. Kathopanishad says, Tadekam Shukram Tad Brahma Tadeva Mritamuchyate Tasmin Lokaha Shritaha Sarve Tadu Natyeti Kaschana. This is in the Nachiketa actually discovers in Kathopanishad. No world can stay outside me, because if they go outside me, they cannot exist. Why? Because I am the one who gives existence to all the lokas. Sarve lokaha tasmin shritaha. Whether you are talking about the 14 lokas according to the scriptures, or about the parallel universes according to the modern cosmology, they are all in me. But the great scientist Stephen Hawking has written a book called The Grand Design. It gives a gist of modern cosmology. And it talks about a theoretical possibility of 10 to the power of 500 universes. 10 to the power 1 followed by 500 zeros. Even if there be so many universes, even the farthest of those universes cannot be outside me. They are all in me. Therefore, everything in this entire prapancha is within me. I don't lack anything. I don't miss anything. Aham purnaha asmi. What a beautiful state to realize, isn't it? So finally, the student doesn't forget to add Tvad anugrahat. I am able to declare all this in front of you, hey Guru, because of your grace in the form of teaching. Not in the form of seeing or touching, but you have taught so many verses. This is the 102nd verse. Original text was about 488 or 89 verses. So many words you have given. It has given me this knowledge. Therefore, Tvad anugrahat means Tava anugrahat, because of your grace. So this we saw in the last class. Okay. Now we continue. The student continues. Swarajya Samrajya Vibhuti Resha Bhavat Kripa Sri Mahita Prasadat Prapta Maya Sri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namastestu Punar Namostu. The Anvaya of this sloka is Bhavat Kripa Sri Mahita Prasadat Esha Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutihi Maya Prapta Mahatmane Shri Gurave Namah Namah Astu Te Punah Namah Astu. Word meanings: Bhavat Kripa Shri Mahita Prasadat. Due to your grace and the grace of Ishvara, Esha, this, Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutihi, the glory of being the emperor of my own kingdom, Maya, by me, Prapta, gained, Mahatmane, O Mahatma, who is as great as Brahman, Shri Gurave, to the Shri Guru, Namaha, salutation, Namaha astu, may my salutation be, te, unto you, Punaha, again, Namaha astu, may my salutation be. The student is still feels that he has not thanked the Guru enough. So he is repeating his namaskara to him again and again. So what he is saying, this glory of being the emperor of my own kingdom is gained due to your grace and the grace of Ishvara. Salutations to the Guru, the Mahatma, who is as great as Brahman. May my salutations be unto you. May my salutations be again unto you. So, Swarajya Samrajya Vibhuti Resha. Esha Vibhutihi. This glory, what I have got through your teaching is Moksha Samrajya. Samrajyam, as you all know, means empire, sovereignty or empirehood or emperorhood. And what type of Samrajyam? Swarajya. Swarajya means moksha. Here the meaning is moksha. One's own kingdom, it says, but then Swarajya means one's own kingdom, but here it refers to moksha. It is derived from the word Swarat. Swarajya bhava hai Swarajyam. And these words, Swarat, Swarajyam, etc., are repeatedly used in the Veda. Taittiriya Upanishad we find Apnoti Swarajyam. And Chandogya Upanishad says Sahaswarat Bhavati. So the word Swarat has got two meanings. Or in fact, I would say two derivations. One is Swayam Rajate Prakashate iti Swarat. Atma Chaitanyam or Brahma Chaitanyam or Brahman, which is self-effulgent. So here Rajate, Swarat in the Rajate means Prakashate, being effulgent. So Swarajya means Brahman status I have got. Therefore, Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutihi Esha. I have got Brahman status. And I have removed the Jiva status. And therefore, I have got moksha, freedom from Jiva Bhava. I am Swarat Brahma. So, Swarajya means Brahma Bhava or moksha. Freedom from Jiva Bhava. This is one meaning. Then Chandogya has got one beautiful mantra. Atmai Vedam Sarvamiti Savayesha Evam Pashyannevam Manvana Evam Vijanan Atmarati Ratihi Atma Krida Atma Mithuna Atmanandaha Saswarad Bhavati Tasya Sarveshu Lokeshu Kamacharo Bhavati Ata Ata Yah Anyathato Viduhu Anya Raja Naste Shayya Loka Bhavanti Tesham Sarveshu Lokeshu Eva Kamacharo Bhavati. Long mantra. So in this mantra, the word Swarat is used in another meaning. Here, the word Rat in Swarat means Raja, ruler. So Swarat means Swayam Rajate. Swayam Raja, not Rajate. Swayam Raja. So a Jnani is one who rules over himself. He is the king, a master, a ruler. He is a Swami. He is no more Dasaha. From Dasoham Bhava, he has moved to what? Shivoham Bhava. Swami Bhava has come. And the Dasa Bhava, the Upanishad called is Anya Raja. So Jnani is Swaraja, he is a ruler himself. And all those Dasoham people who are still in the Dvaita Prapancha, in the Dvaita Bhavana, are all Anya Rajanaha. They consider somebody else as their ruler, as their Swami. They look upon that Swami as somebody different from themselves. They look upon themselves as subordinates, dasaha, servants. And the Upanishad says, only a jnani, a Swami will get liberation. All the ajnanis who claim to be dasa will not get liberation. Ye anyatato viduhu anya rajanaste Shayyaloka bhavanti. If those dasoham people don't come to Swami Aham knowledge, they will get only temporary visit of other lokas. Shayyaloka means they may go to the world of their Swamis, maybe Vishnu Lokam, Shiva Lokam, etc. They may all go to that because they have got a lot of punya. But all the other lokas are kshaya. Means what? They are perishable, subject to destruction. And so it cannot be eternal moksha. This is exactly what Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita. Shine punye martyalokam vishanti. Once their papa gets exhausted, they have to come back to the bhuloka only. So as long as you have got stock of papa, you may be in the Vishnu Loka or Shiva Loka and all enjoying. But there is a time limit. Once that time is over, you are back to a samsari jiva in the Bhuloka. So Shankaracharya, of course, he's an encyclopedia of the entire Upanishad. He keeps that mantra in mind and says, Anatma Shri Vigarhanam. Dhatuloka sadito va tatakim, Vishnuloko vikshito va tatakim, Shambhor loko shasito va tatakim, Yena swatma naiva sakshat krito bhu. So this Anatma Shri Vigarhanam is a shloka, is a text which Shankaracharya has composed. There he says all this. Dhatur loka sadito va tatakim. If you have won over this entire earth, so what? Tatakim, so what? Vishnu loko vikshito va tatakim. So what? If you have succeeded to go to Vishnu loka, so what? Shambhor loka hai shashito va tatakim. Even if you rule over the Shiva loka, so what? Yena swatma na eva sakshat krito bhu. So you may go to Brahmaloka, so what? You may go to Vishnu Vaikuntha, so what? You may go to Kailasa, so what? You may go to all the lokas, they will never give you liberation. They may give you some temporary benefit. Yena swatma naiva sakshat krito bhu. But as long as one does not have Atma Sakshatkara, here of course Sakshatkara means not seeing, it is Aparoksha Jnana. Going to any loka will not make any difference. And this is where, Advaita Siddhanta differs from all other theological systems, which are even now dominating in Hinduism. Because those systems, they all talk about moksha as going to some other loka, which is what I call it Pauranic moksha. So in our scriptures, moksha we can understand in two contexts. One is Upanishad, the Vedic moksha, which Upanishads talk about. Then Pauranic moksha, which Puranas talk about. And they all talk about moksha means going to some other loka. And because most of us don't study the Vedas, don't understand the meanings of the Vedic mantras, and we have heard the Puranas, right from childhood, Bhagavata Purana and so many Puranas. In our mind also, we think that moksha means going to Vaikuntha and all that. It's only when you come to Advaita Vedanta, you know what the real meaning of moksha is, what the real Vedic teaching is, what the real Vedantic teaching is. And that is what is revealed in Chandogya and all that. It is not in any other loka. Moksha is here and now. By Atma Sakshatkara, by Aparoksha Jnanam, which Kathopanishad defines as Atra Brahma Samashnute. That is moksha. And here the student says, I have got that moksha samrajyam, which is the greatest vibhutihi, highest glory, the best feather in my cap. So Esha here means Atma Jnanam. That Atma Jnanam is the highest glory of mind, which is the attainment of moksha samrajyam. Therefore, Esha Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutihi. Attainment of moksha empire is my real glory. And now, the student doesn't want to sound very arrogant also. Oh, I am great, I have got moksha. He doesn't want to sound arrogant. So immediately he says, Bhavat Kripa Sri Mahita Prasadat. All this I have gained, hey Guru, all because of Bhavat Kripa, your compassion, your blessing, and Sri Mahita Prasadat, the most valuable grace coming from you. Your compassion is your grace, which flows out in the form of consistent and systematic teaching, which I have received. And what kind of grace it is? Sri Mahita Prasadat. Prasada here means grace. Mahita means the most valued. The word mah means to value, to glorify, to respect. Mahita means most respected, most admired grace. And Sri means sacred. So the sacred and the most valued grace in the form of your compassion, which came to me in the form of your teaching. Thus, the Guru's grace is his teaching. That is the real grace. And Maya Prapta. You have to bring that word Esha here also, add it here. Esha has to be used twice in this sentence. So, first Esha Samrajya Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutihi Bhavati. That is one sentence. Second sentence is Esha Vibhutihi Bhavat Kripa Sri Mahita Prasadat Maya Prapta. So, Esha can be used twice. So this glory has been attained by me only through your grace. I will be indebted to you lifelong. Maya Prapta means gained by me, attained by me. I will be indebted lifelong. How can I pay you back? What is the price for this teaching? What is the tuition fees? I can't afford that because what you have given me is infinite. I have to give you back the infinite, which I don't have. Therefore, he says, Hey Guruve, Sri Guruve Mahatmane, Namaha Namaha Astu. The only payment I can give you for all this teaching is a Sashtanga Namaskara. I totally surrender to you, Guru. In fact, I give myself up to you. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, King Janaka tells his Guru Yajnavalkya, I will give the entire kingdom and myself unto you. The entire kingdom I can give because that belongs to me. That alone I will be able to give. And I am giving myself also to you. Giving myself means what? Doing namaskara. So here, Sri Gurave Mahatmane. Mahatma means the great, glorious Atma, generous minded person. Atma here means mind. That's why generous minded person is said. So, generous minded Jnani who chose to teach me. Sri Gurave Mahatmane te namaha astu. For all that you have taught, I don't think one namaskara is enough. Whole life I have to do, keep on doing namaskara to you only. That much you have given me. So namaha namaha te astu, punaha te namaha astu. So the student is now expressing his utmost gratitude to the Guru for the teaching that he has received. So in between these two verses, which is 102 and 103, which we have seen, which are corresponding to verses 489 and 518 in the original text. Imagine how many verses are there. 489 means we are talking about 11 plus 18, almost 30, 29 verses. And in the original text, in those 29 verses, the Shishya has talked about who he is, that is his identity, after attaining Moksha Samrajyam. And here, Swami Paramatmananda has just selected two of them, 102 and 103, to represent the entire, portion where the Shishya is expressing what he has got and what he has discovered through all this self-knowledge. They're all beautiful Nididhyasana aiding slokas. So in fact, original text would have taken a long time, and that's why Puja Swamiji chose to do a selective versus teaching rather. So now, after this, the Guru has to respond. What does the Guru say? Of course, he's very happy. Any Guru will be happy if the Shishya has attained his goal. A Mumukshu has become a Moksha Purusha. Should not say Moksha Purusha, he has become, I should say, was discovered that he has always been a Moksha Purusha. So, the 104th verse, the Guru responds. Shri Guru Ruvacha Swameva Sarvatah Pashyan Manyamanaswa Madhvayam Swana Swanandamanu Bunjanaha Kalam Nayamahamate Swameva Sarvatah Pashyan Manyamanaswamadvayam Swanandamanu Bunjanaha Kalam Nayamahamate. So Anvaya is, He Mahamate, Swam eva sarvatah pashyan, Swam advayam manyamanaha, Swa anandam anubunjanaha, Kalam Naya. He Mahamate. So Guru is also, reciprocating. Because this Shishya has become a Jnani, equivalent to the Guru. So he calls him, Hey Mahamate, oh noble one. Swameva, the Atma alone, Sarvataha, everywhere, in all situations, Pashyan, seeing. Swam oneself, Advayam as non-dual, Manyamanaha, thinking. Swa Ananda of the Atma, Anubunjanaha, enjoying, Kalam Naya, spend your time. So he says, great, oh great one, spend your time seeing the Atma in all situations everywhere, recognizing yourself as the non-dual Atma and enjoying the Ananda of yourself. So what is the Guru implying? Excuse me, I'm still struggling with my jet lag, so the throat gets dry. So the Guru is saying here to the Shishya, our Guru Shishya relationship was required for the sake of transferring this knowledge. Now our relationship has fructified into knowledge, and therefore you do not have to be with me. We need not physically maintain the Guru Shishya Sambandha. Therefore, you are free to leave me and lead a life that you consider appropriate. And this is very important because if the Guru and Shishya, after the Shishya has become a Jnani, remain together, that itself will create a samsara. Emotional bondage will develop. Then all this will be waste. Moksha will lose its meaning. Because all the sadhanas are prescribed for the sake of moksha only. For a Vaidika, moksha is the ultimate goal. All the other stages of life like brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, etc., each one is ashrama life where there are duties which are spiritual sadhanani. Even mundane duties are considered spiritual sadhanas. And the Shastra prescribed endless duties. Even when a person has become a sannyasi, as a Vividisha sannyasi, a student sannyasi, of course, because he is a sannyasi, he will become free from the social duties, family duties, etc. But he is given a danda, a stick. In the first three ashramas, brahmacharya, grihastha, and vanaprastha, the sacred thread indicates he is bound by those duties. He binds himself. Voluntarily, he binds himself to those duties for his own spiritual growth. In sannyasa ashrama, a Paramahamsa sannyasa ashrama, the sacred thread is removed, but a danda, a stick is given to him, which indicate the sannyasa ashrama duties to be done. He has to be constantly reminded what are his duties. And in the sannyasa ashrama, there are so many general duties and special duties also. Many times the Guru will prescribe a lot of duties. So now here the Guru says, you don't require any more discipline. You don't require even nididhyasanam because you have done all of them. Therefore, you can keep the danda, or if you want to give up the danda also, you can do danda visarjana. A dandi sannyasi can become nirdandi sannyasi. The choice is there. That is why we see that Shankaracharya and all, they carry a danda with them. That they are all dandi sannyasis. Whereas sannyasis like Puja Swamiji or Swami Chinmayananda, they don't carry the danda. They are all nirdandis and they have given up the danda also. They don't need to be reminded. They reach that stage. A dandi vividisha sannyasi is called amukya paramahamsa. And a dandi rahita parivrajaka is called vidvat sannyasi. Jnani sannyasi is also called a Mukhya Paramahamsa sannyasi. So, Amukhya Paramahamsa sannyasi, who is a Vividisha sannyasi, and Mukhya Paramahamsa sannyasi, who is a Vidvat sannyasi, Jnani sannyasi. And a Jnani sannyasi is free from all rules and regulations. All Vedic injunctions become non-relevant to him. He can lead whatever way of life that he wants to lead, according to his own nature, according to his own vasanas. He can lead such a life. And that is what here Guru is saying. You are now become a Vidvat sannyasi, Shishya. You can do whatever you want to do. And in the process, the Guru offers a suggestion. It is not a commandment, it's only a suggestion. What is that? He says that even though you can spend your rest of your life any way you want, you can spend rest of your life practicing Nididhyasanam also as a source of joy and enjoy your Jivan Mukti. Just practicing Nididhyasanam, not as a sadhana, but as Atma Ratihi, Atma Tripta hai, Atma Santushta hai. You can practice. In fact, Swami Paramarthananda, in one of his Guru Purnima talks, I think 3 years, 4 years ago, I don't remember, titled Sapta Bhumika. He talks about Sapta Bhumika. Literally, Sapta Bhumika means 7 levels. Bhumika means a level, floor or a story. So he talks, it's a beautiful talk. If you can get somewhere, either the talk download or even the transcription, the beautiful talk. I mean, as you progress in spiritual journey, these are all become more and more relevant. So he talks about 7 levels of spiritual progress or journey in this Sapta Bhumika talk. And that is considered part of Vedanta. A methodology of teaching, Sapta Bhumika Prakriya is there in Vedanta. And this topic of Sapta Bhumika is found in Yoga Vasishta. Now, Yoga Vasishta actually is supposed to be written by Valmiki Rishi. But a great Acharya called Vidyaranya Swami, he has extracted from that Yoga Vasishta and he has presented this topic comprehensively in a structured manner in his famous work Jivan Mukti Viveka. And another Acharya, Madhusudana Saraswati, whom all Bhagavad Gita students are familiar, who has composed the Gita Dhyana Slokas. He has also dealt with this topic based upon Vidyaranya's work. And Madhusudana Saraswati has actually incorporated this topic in his famous Gita Bhashyam, which is called Gudhartha Deepika. In fact, it's very relevant for Gita students because in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Madhusudana Saraswati gives an exhaustive commentary dealing with this topic. Of course, Adi Shankara doesn't touch this topic in his commentary, but Madhusudana Saraswati's commentary deals with this exhaustively. So, the 7 levels of spiritual progress he talks about. What are they? Shubhecha, Vicharana, Tanumanasa, Satvapattihi, Asansaktihi, Padartha Bhavani or Bhavini, and Turyaga or Turiya. Because I will not go into the details and all, which we will reserve for some other occasion. Well, if I do that, this Vivekachudamani class will go on and on and on. So there are 7 bhumikas or levels of spiritual journey. Among these 7 levels, the first 4 levels are well-known levels and students learn them in several Vedanta works. Of course, different terminology used, but ideas are known. And with the 4th stage, the purpose is over. What is the 4th stage? Sattva Pattihi. The purpose of studying is over. Jnana Yajna purpose is completed. So the stages 5, 6, and 7, Asansaktihi, Padartha Bhavani, and Turyaga, they are not compulsory stages. A person can withdraw from the world and practice yogic meditation and try to become Varan, Variyan, and Varishtan. Keep on increasing his absorption. But again, they are not compulsory duties. They are only available for self-enjoyment. So that is the one option the Guru gives. What can you do? The Guru says, Swam eva sarvatah pashyan. As a parivrajaka, may you move all over. Because sannyasis, they are not supposed to stay in one place for more than 3 days. Because the Shastra says that the 3 days is the cutoff time. If you stay for more than 3 days, then you are likely to develop a raga for that place. The moment you develop raga, back to samsara. So Shastra says keep moving. So parivrajaka means a sannyasi who keeps moving. Olden days, they used to go from village to village to village. Parivrajaka literally means a free traveler. No family, no house, no ashrama, nothing. Just one jolna you will have, with one set of clothes, saffron dress. Maybe he will have a kamandalu or something for eating food, bhiksha. And he travels, goes. Survives only through bhiksha. Sleeps under a tree. Eat whatever you get. If you don't get anything, drink water and sleep. But wherever you go, Swayam eva sarvatah pashyan. You should not forget, or you may not forget, the Vedantic fact that you alone are appearing everywhere with different nama rupa. Previously we said Bhagavan or Ishvara is the creator and he appears as the world. Now you say, I alone am appearing as the world, because the distinction between the me and Ishvara has completely vanished. So Sarvataha means under all circumstances, Swayam eva Pashyan, you see yourself only. Sarvata, you can also say everywhere behind all Nama Rupas in the form of the existence principle, you see yourself only. Then Manyamanaha Swam Advayam. Look upon yourself as pure existence, which is non-dual. When you see a pot, or say pot is and chair is, pot and chair you count as two. But their isness, you should not count as two. Not plurality of existences. There is only one all-pervading isness in the inert universe. There is only one all-pervading consciousness in all living beings. Therefore, the existence consciousness principle is Advayam, non-dual. The Nama Rupa may be hundreds, millions, but the isness of that, the existence and consciousness principle behind all Nama Rupas is only one. So always remember that you are the non-dual Satchit Atma. And not only Sat and Chit, so Anandam Anubunjana hai. By invoking your higher nature, you enjoy your Ananda Swarupa. Bhagavan Krishna talks about that in the 6th chapter itself. Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushtati. Same idea. Bhagavan Krishna says, we have already seen this sloka in our Gita class. So you can just sit enjoying your glory as revealed in the Vedanta. Swa Anandam Anubunjana hai. Enjoying your Ananda. Atmananda as your real nature. Anubunjana hai means continuously enjoying your higher nature. Kalam Naya He Mahamate. May you spend the rest of your life. Mahamate. O disciple with great freedom, O noble one. Mahamatihi means great wisdom. Brahma Jnana. So, He Mahamate, O great Jnani. So, see, Guru is addressing the Shishya as a great Jnani. What more the Guru will want, isn't it? So, now there is a aside note. The Guru and Shastra give full freedom to the Jnani to lead any type of life that he wants. Scriptures say, Nistray Gunye Pati Vicharata hai, Ko Vidihi Ko Nisheda hai. A person, a sannyasi, Nistray, a person who has actually gained, is Gunatita hai. And he is a Parivrajaka, Pati Vicharata hai. Ko Vidihi, what rule, what regulation, what do's and don'ts such a person can have. There is no rule or regulation. So now some people ask, and that is very relevant in these days also because of all the news that we keep getting. Will not this total freedom lead to a licentious life? A very big question. Licentious life is called Yateshtachara. And all the scriptures discuss this. Will not a Jnani who is now freed from all injunctions of the Shastra, no duties to perform, and he is told that you can do whatever you want to do, will he not lead a licentious life? Because there are no rules to restrain him. He has given up his sacred thread, given up his danda also. Moreover, because of he has attained the Jnani status, he knows he will not get any agami punyam or papam. Once I know that I won't get any punya or papam, or whatever I do, will he not do adharmic activities? Because that is what is happening, isn't it? We read in the newspapers about so many akramam, the atrocities being done by the so-called gurus and self-styled godmen with saffron robes. So this doubt may come. And we have to understand that the Veda gives total freedom to a jnani because Veda is convinced that a jnani does not require external control. The jnanam itself serves as an internal control. The invisible jnanam will impose on a jnani self-restraint. He is incapable of deliberately doing any adharma. A person may falsely claim, I am a jnani, and abuse the freedom given. That's a different thing. That is because there is nobody to restrain him. Therefore, only a pseudo jnani abuses the freedom given, not a real jnani. Veda understands. Bhagavan knows who is a pseudo jnani. We will not know. And all this about law of karma not being applicable and all, they will not be applying to that pseudo jnani. He will get agami, punyam, prarabdha, everything will be there. But we will not know who is a pseudo jnani, and we need not know also. We are not here to judge others. We need not bother. But Bhagavan, Ishvara, cosmic powers know who is a pseudo jnani. And the pseudo jnani is worse than an ajnani. So if he does wrong action, he will get agami papa. Because he is worse than an ajnani, Ajnani himself will get that. So what to talk of a pseudo jnani? Whereas in all fields, these days in the Kali Yuga, quacks are possible. Vedanta is no exception. But they should not be taken as a role model for a jnani. That is what we have to understand. Therefore, Shastra says, you are either an externally controlled dharmic person or you are an internally controlled dharmic person. Everyone should continue to be dharmic. There is no scope for a licentious life. And in fact, a true jnani is incapable of that. Either he will withdraw from the world and spend the rest of his life in Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha, or if he has got such a tendency, he may come out and serve the society in the form of Lokasangraha, according to the need of the society. He may set up an ashram and teach free of cost. That's what Jnani is like. Swami Paramata, Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Puja Swamiji and all have done. Set up an ashram. Get the students who are interested, mumukshus from all over the world. Give them everything free, stay free, food free, teaching free, books free. Everything. Like Loka Sangraha. Out of hundreds of students, even if 10 students become Jnani, big achievement. So here the Guru says, whatever you feel you do because you are free now. And with this, the Guru's response is also over. In this selected verses, Swami Paramatanandaji has taken only one verse, number 525, out of several verses in the original Vivekachudamani text, where the Guru summarizes the teaching as a parting advice again. So there are about 29-30 verses, the student thanking the Guru. And again, there are several verses where the Guru is giving the parting advice, summarizing the whole text. But Swamiji has taken only one out of that. So the Guru blesses the student and says, remember this teaching. And the next verse, from the original text he has selected is verse number 576. So again, from 525 to 576 is all Guru summarizing the teaching. So Guru again has summarized. Of course, we will also do a summary after the 108 verses are over. So Guru is saying, don't forget, remember this, spend the rest of your life in Nididhyasanam, not as a sadhana, but just enjoy the very recalling of your true nature which you have discovered. So as a parting advice, the Guru says, now you are free, you can move around the world. Now the Guru has given full freedom to the student turned Jnani to what? To do whatever he feels like doing. From a Shastric point of view, there is no Vidhi, no Nisheda. But now another question may come up in our mind. That is fine. The student was a brahmachari. He turned into a Jnani, sannyasi. He was Vividisha sannyasi. Now he has become Vidvat sannyasi. No Vidhi, no Nisheda, fine. But what would be the situation if the student happens to be a Grihastha Jnani? What will be the Guru's advice in that circumstances? Of course, the Guru need not say what a Grihastha Jnani should do. Because Grihastha Jnani is a combination of two entities, Grihastha and a Jnani. As a Grihastha, he has to continue his duties. He cannot do whatever he wants. He cannot renounce the duties of a Grihastha. If he wants to renounce, he has to renounce the Grihastha ashrama itself. Of course, Grihastha can take sannyasa if he wants, or if he doesn't want, he can continue to be Grihastha. Nothing wrong in that. So if he chooses to be in Grihastha ashrama, he will have to do his duties, family duties. If children are not settled, he has to help them settle. If old parents are there, he has to take care of them. Social duties will be there, like so many functions will come. He has to attend. They may be talking all kinds of things. You have to give some time for that. You have to do lot of pretensions also. Pretensions within inverted comma. So Jnani Grihastha will have to go through lot of such activities. Even though he may not be interested, he cannot entirely ignore them. So you have to empathize, go through all that is required. All that may be pretensions, yet you have to do that, and it is nothing wrong in that also. It's just like, a parent acts when he is interacting with the baby. Baby may have lost a toy and may be crying. For the father, it is not a very big thing. But since the baby is screaming, father has to be empathetic. Oh, you lost it. That's very sad. Oh, don't worry, I will get you another one tomorrow. All that he has to pretend that it is a sad event. When the father so pretends, he is not being hypocritical. It is compassion. Similarly, a Jnani Grihastha will have to do a lot of pretensions and role playing. And there is no choice. Why? Because others are interested in the world. They are not interested in Vedanta. And you are not interested in the world and you are interested in Vedanta. And both have to live together. Therefore, we should be prepared for a lot of pretensions. So spend the time, listen to all kinds of what you can call, all kind of frivolities, as they call, whatever it is. Deepavali shopping, dress purchasing, all those things you do. You have to go. You can't do anything. You have to accompany your spouse. You may be bored to death, but you will have to spend time. Find out a nice method of escaping. As Swami Paramatanda says, keep some job pending. And in the middle of the conversation, look at your watch and say, oh my God, I have left my work pending. I have to go now. So some pretension, some diplomacy. A Grihastha has to manage. He cannot talk Vedanta. I think I'll stop here because some more thing I want to share. Next class we will share. Okay. Stop here. Already 2 minutes over. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you all very much. Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you, Guruji. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Namaskaram, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Namaskaram.
Thank you, Guruji. Dhanyavadaha, Guruji.
Dhanyavada.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Yes, Girish ji, what is your question?
Yeah. Hari Om
Hari Om.
and humble pranams and prostrations for enlightening all of us. Thank you so much.
Hari Om.
You know, it has been told that we are the product of our karma, all of us. And how come our children, who has, in terms of their qualities or characteristics or their even their, I mean, resemblance in figures, okay, is matching, and in case they are also the product of their own karma, how this happens? You know, it's I would like to know more about it.
When you say we are products of our karma, what are you referring to? Are you referring to the body, mind, sense complex, or are you referring to Atma?
Yes, body, mind, sense, yes, VMS, yeah.
If you are referring to the body, mind, sense complex, then we have to understand it in that context. Where all this karma, everything applies to only the anatma part of it.
Okay.
Atma part of it, nothing applies. So now let us see what is the situation. As I keep saying, you know, every person or every personality
Okay.
is created out of 4 sources. The first source is karma.
Okay.
The second source is the samskaras, which are vasanas, which we bring forward from the previous birth.
Previous. Okay.
Third source is parentage.
Hmm.
Fourth source is the society, where once you grow up, you go into the society. Lot of personality changes happens when you go into the society also. So many things you absorb from the society.
Okay.
So these 4 things we have to remember is what makes a person what he is.
Okay.
In terms of his behavior, in terms of his structure, in terms of his attitudes, etc. So this 25%, which is the parental thing, that includes what? That includes the very structure of the physical body.
Okay.
That includes the upbringing which they have undergone when they were young. You know, the values that the parents have given. If the values given are weaker than their samskaras, then they will forget these values over a period of time.
Oh, okay.
Right. And this 25% aspect, the law of, there are 2 laws of karma, 2 karmas operating. One is the parents' karma, another is the children's
Individual.
karma. Correct? Children's karma. Now, the law of karma operates in such a way
Okay.
that for the child, whatever the structure of the body, the nature of the body, etc., is to be given as per the prarabdha of the child.
Okay.
The cosmic powers find out a parental couple which will be able to produce or give that kind of a structure, etc., to the child. So this is the mystery of law of karma,
Okay.
right? Because that 25% includes all these things. Whatever parents give to the children includes all these things. Physical structure, already decided, your prarabdha karma will say that you will be born as a human being or as an animal or as a plant or whatever it is. And this will be your structure. So what will happen? The parent will have to, I mean, scientifically speaking, the parents will have to have that genetic combination to produce a child with a similar genetic combination.
It's all programmed.
It's all
What?
programmed. Everything is fantastically programmed, and we can't even imagine the kind of complexity in that programming is. In fact, Kathopanishad says that the jiva, before the parting, before the death,
Yes.
that knows in which yoni it is going to be born.
Oh, okay.
So this is all very, very, deep stuff rather.
True.
And when we come to Upanishads and all that, we will go more and more into that. Different Upanishads will deal with all these things. But eventually, having said all these things, Upanishad said all these things are all mithya. This is all just appearances.
Oh.
Don't give any importance to them because they are only appearance. There is no reality to them. So there it dismisses the whole thing, full thing, right? But for our understanding, this is what we have to understand. It's a very complex process, a very, I would call very deep process. But this is how, based upon what the Shastras say, what happens.
Correct. But now we are in a highly technological field whereby we are able to logically accept things happening. Now I could see you, and anywhere in the world I can actually speak to them. That level the technology has gone. It is all because of lot many things assembled together in order to reach to that level. So one way of realizing it is, yes, it's all programmed. The moment you do anything, you think anything, and it is already going into the respective slots, and it is being the program.
Yeah. Because that is what you got, that Prapancha computer is continuously getting inputs, right?
Correct.
And all those things are being analyzed and being done. That structure is being done continuously rather. So the punya, papa, everything is being taken into account. You do good deeds, that will give you, some bonus points. All that are taken.
Yeah.
And eventually the creation, what is a birth but creation of a jiva, correct?
Yes.
And creation means it is a recreation. Because there is no creation. We don't know when the jiva started, right?
True.
Every birth is a rebirth, right?
Yes.
So that is how, that components which go into the process of a birth of a child, all these things go into that. So that what the universe does, the cosmic powers do, or we can say Ishvara does or Bhagavan does, is trying to make that match. These parents, these qualities, this structure, these values, this jiva now has to acquire this. So this will go and be born for those parents.
Yes.
Really. So that's how the process happens. I know only this much.
No, true. No,
I cannot tell you more than that. But this is, I mean, there is a pramanam in the case, in the sense of Kathopanishad, which doesn't go into all these details. But from one or two mantras itself, we can find out, or we can actually derive all these things from that mantras, what all things will go into this law of karma. And it is this karma which operates. And karma includes everything, the structure of your body, whether you are born with some genetic diseases or not. There are so many children are born
correct. With the deformities.
with deformities. There are children with this Down syndrome, they call it.
Correct.
Right? Now, there are many parents who will abandon such children. They don't want, a child which will be very Down syndrome, very difficult to, they won't be able to do anything of their own. Even when they are grown up, you have to do everything for the children. Their mental retarded, that is not retarded, mental growth doesn't take place. Many parents do not want, but then there are parents I know, they've got three children with Down syndrome and they are taking care of them as Bhagavan's Prasada. I mean, hats off to such parents, I tell you. Hats off to such parents who are taking care of three children, tending to all their needs. There is nothing for me for those parents. They have totally sacrificed all their requirements, all their preferences. They are living only to take care of this Bhagavan's Prasada. That's the height of devotion I have seen in
True. 100%.
So that children are born to such parents because even though because of their karma, they had this problem, congenital problem. They were born to them because that jiva has to be taken care of, and only this set of parents can take care. So they are born to that. And not one, three of them, full, the law of karma has allotted the entire quota to them, 3 children. So all these things are there. When we observe what the human beings observe, what is going on, lot of things we see. Question is why this, why this, why this? And if you are well versed in Shastra and you have Shraddha in Shastra, many answers we are able to get ourselves why this is happening. We have to go beyond that physical seeing. And we use our Shastric knowledge to find out why this is happening. And always believe whatever is happening for the good only, good of those children who otherwise will be abandoned. So these things are all there. They are very, very deep subjects.
Deep.
But you brought it up. Of course, we had a time to discuss that. A good thing.
And another thing is, I wanted to ask this question. After knowing to certain extent about moksha and the journey we had, and now don't you think that our life became a little bit artificial? But you have already covered that. You said many pretension have to take place because knowingly many things which we know which are very trivial, but for the sake of others, at least we have to support them. And
support, exactly. We can't run away.
Right.
You are still a grihastha. And for the grihastha, for a sannyasi, parivrajaka sannyasi, there is no vidhi nisheda. But for a grihastha, there is vidhi, there is nisheda. So you have to follow that. So you can actually, I will talk about it because I wanted to cover all that. The time was over.
Okay.
It's a double role we play. We have to play a double role. It is not hypocrisy, mind you. With awareness, we are playing the double role, and there is a loka sangraha involved in that. In fact, that playing of that pretension
that role
is for the benefit of the society, for the benefit of the family, because they won't feel, oh, my dad, my husband left me and gone away as a parivrajaka sannyasi. That lament will be there for them the whole life. So by pretending to be involved in their lives, supporting them in whatever they do, you are actually doing loka sangraha only.
Okay.
So that
Yeah,
attitude get
it
then
has to start from the family. It has to start from the home. Then only it can go to the community and society. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly, because loka means even family is also a loka only, you know.
true.
So our world is our family, right?
Right.
So on this issue, we'll discuss a little bit more about this in the next
Thank you. Thank
the
you.
next class.
Thank
We'll
you.
discuss that. But most difficult thing is a grihastha sannyas.
Oh.
Very difficult walking on the
Spiritual path.
as says walking on the sword, you know, that what is it called, the edge of the sword. It is just like, so you should, your legs should not get hurt. Like that circus and all they do show, you know, there's some ladies walk on the sword. That is like that.
Thank
So
you very much.
we will
Thanks a
discuss
lot.
that next
Hari
class.
Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you. Any other question? No hands are going up. I hope everybody has not gone into Nididhyasanam slokas.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, we'll
Thank
close.
you, Guruji. Thank
Sorry.
you.
Thanks a lot, Guruji.
Thank you. Next class we'll continue. Hari Om. Thank you.